How to make money with domain flipping. Buying domain names and reselling them at a higher price could be a profitable side hustle you can do from almost anywhere. But what exactly is domain flipping? How does it work? How can you make money from domain flipping? Here in this channel Finance Dailies, we will break it down for you. Before we get started, please subscribe to our channel and hit the bell icon for important updates and 6 years of good luck. What is domain flipping? Domain flipping is the process of buying a domain name as cheaply as possible. Then, without doing anything with the domain, you sell the domain to an interested party for more than you originally paid. Domains are incredibly profitable, and if you're in the right place at the right time and choose a domain name with massive potential, you could turn a significant profit when you flip the domain. All you need to do is purchase the domain name, then you list it for sale online. Instead of selling it right away, you might wait some time until there's more demand for the domain name. When the timing feels right, you could sell it directly to an interested buyer or use a domain flipping website. If you flip domains regularly, there's a chance you could even turn it into a full-time career. How does domain flipping work? To get started with your own domain flipping business, you'll need to purchase a domain name, which you can do from a number of websites such like GoDaddy.com, Bluehost.com, Domains.com, Namecheap.com, Flippa.com. You can also buy a domain that recently expired in an approach known as domain drop catching or domain sniping. Website owners usually have a 30 to 90-day grace period to renew their domain name. If their payment lapses, you can often scoop up a domain name for a good price. Some websites where you can monitor and purchase recently expired domain names are namejet.com, justdrop.com and expireddomains.net. When you're ready to sell your domain name, you have a few options. For one, you can keep your contact information public in the Whois database so a prospective buyer could reach out to you directly about purchasing the domain name. Whois is a widely used internet database that stores the names and contact information of domain owners. If you don't want your details available to the public, you can usually hide them by purchasing domain privacy from your domain host. You could also create a landing page at the domain page, where you state that the domain is for sale and direct a user on the steps they need to take next. You could also list the domain for sale on a website such as afternick.com, dan.com, cedo.com, GoDaddy auctions and so many. To complete the transaction, it's a good idea to use a service such as escrow.com. Escrow is the use of a third party to hold funds temporarily until a purchase has been fulfilled. Just as with selling real estate, putting the money in escrow can help protect both you and the buyer as you transfer ownership of the domain name. How to get started with domain flipping. Number 1. Search for a domain name. The first step in domain investing is to find a domain that's available to purchase. There are lots of tools with domain search tools, including GoDaddy and Bluehost. Look for inexpensive domain names, perhaps that are related to a specific topic, product, or location. You can also head to an auction marketplace to browse domain names for sale or keep an eye out for recently expired domain names. You could also head to a domain auction, where you can view a list of many domains currently being sold. Make sure to check the expiring domain auctions for possible options as well. Number 2. Evaluate the domain. When you find a domain that's friendly to your budget, you'll need to spend some time evaluating it. Domain names that have common keywords can also be profitable, so you might use a keyword research tool such as Ahrefs or Ubersuggest to see how many times per month people are searching for a certain keyword. Shorter domain names tend to be more lucrative, though they can also be more expensive. You'll likely need to do some independent research to predict whether you can eventually sell the domain for more than you initially paid for it. Make sure you're also looking at historical sale prices for similar domains. If you can buy a domain name related to a new or emerging trend, you might also turn a profit. As you gain more experience flipping domains, you might become better able to identify valuable domain names. Number 3. Register the domain name. If your due diligence checks out, you can proceed with buying the domain and registering it to your name. This is usually a simple process that doesn't take much time. To complete your domain registration, you'll usually provide some personal details and payment information. You can choose to reveal your information in the Whois database so interested potential buyers can contact you. You also have the option of hiding your contact information at the time of purchase. Number 4. Find a buyer for the domain. There are a few ways you can find a buyer for your domain name. If you made your registry public, a buyer could contact you about purchasing a domain. Or you could also design a landing page at the URL that contains information on how to purchase the domain name. You could also list the name for sale on a domain marketplace for a fee. Number 5. Sell the domain for a profit. Once you've identified a buyer, you'll sell the domain and transfer registration to the new owner. To protect yourself, consider using an escrow service such as escrow.com. This service makes sure the transaction is complete before you give away the domain. Domain flipping is a viable way to make some extra money while getting involved in the world of online real estate. You'll need a bit of expertise, a discerning eye, and some lucky timing, but if you're consistent, you can make a reliable stream of income from the practice. That will be for today. Please like and subscribe for more important video than this. Thanks for watching.